Oh, that was great, Susie. And we're here now with Jim McHargue, Director of Amador County Waste Management.
That's right.
Hey, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too.
You know, I'm feeling a little tired, but that's really not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about tire recycling.
Well, I brought my spare tire. You know, I've been trying to get rid of this for about 20 years. You've seen me at the gym, so you can vouch for me. But yeah, no, we're talking about tire recycling today. We got a big day tomorrow, Saturday, the 28th, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. up on Airport Road. We'll be collecting tires from the public. They can only bring 9 tires per vehicle or per truckload. That's state law. Why 9 tires? You know, that's your wonderful state government at work.
Right. They're going to put a number on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. So, is there a certain size limit on the tire size that you can bring in?
Yeah, we do have some limits. We want these tires just from homeowners and residential type uses. We do not want business or commercially generated tires. The tire shops, all those businesses have to deal with their tires on their own. But this is for, the general public. And generally speaking, we say 40 inches. We want tires that are reasonable. The big, huge ones are just too much for us to handle. And then we prefer the tires only, not the rims, because this whole program is about the tire and getting the tires ground up and into different materials to be recycled and used for different things.
And they use those on playgrounds?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe track and field surfaces?
There's tons of applications now for these. You're right, the athletic and recreational surfaces. We all see the new AstroTurf. It's not like the old days, remember? Concrete with a little bit of plastic on it. Right. They use those really fine tire crumbs, crumb rubber in there. The playgrounds use it. It's used in engineering and architecture. Believe it or not, I heard that they're using it under railroad tracks, as a bed below the tracks. And virtually you don't feel anything when the train goes over. It's almost silent. Right. So it's a really cool application.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
So people end up with these tires. When you buy a set of tires at the tire shop, they usually have some sort of fee to turn your old tires in, so people might keep them instead of in lieu of paying that fee. Is that how they end up with tires?
That's a problem I have again with the state and the tire program. Is you're right, they do charge an environmental fee when you buy tires, but unfortunately that fee is not for disposal and for recycling. So then you have to pay again to get rid of your tires. It's not like the computers and TVs and electronics where you pay what's called an advanced disposal fee, and then you can get rid of that stuff when it's old and you don't want it anymore. Get rid of it for free. Tires aren't like that. So that's my big problem with the state and this tire program, but that's why we offer these days. Right. So people, if they've been hanging on to tires, they've got 4 or 8 of them in their garage or out in the shed, we want them to bring them in, bring them up to Airport Road, right adjacent from the airport, from 8 to 3 on Saturday, and we'll have about a dozen guys out there. People don't even have to get out of their car or truck. We'll grab them right out of there. Right. It's drive-through service, man.
Perfect. So there has to be some negative ramifications to storing tires around the house or the backyard or wherever somebody's putting them. And what would that be?
Well, there are. Tires, unfortunately, if they're left out in the open, inside these cavities, they collect water, and it's a breeding ground for mosquitoes and other insects. A lot of people, especially if they have property, they think, I'm just going to dig a hole and throw some tires in there. Well, again, these cavities, what happens over time is they collect gases and air, and then next thing you know, you thought you had smooth surface, that you buried these things, they start popping up like, whack-a-mole. They start popping out of the ground. So you don't want to do that with these tires. You want to handle them appropriately and legally, by the way. So this is the opportunity. This is a legal, very environmentally sound way to deal with them. Bring them to us. We send them to a tire remanufacturing facility, and they grind them up and use them for all those things we were talking about. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so it's going to take place up Airport Road.
Airport Road. And if people have any questions, they can just give me a call at the office, 223-6429. But we'll be there tomorrow from 8 o'clock till 3 p.m. I recommend people get there early because we're going to be busy and there's going to be a lot of people there. And if we fill the trailers that we have, then we got to shut down and we can't take anymore because we're limited to the space that we have. So we really want people to get there early, bring in the tires up to 9, no more than 9. And the reason why I emphasize that is because if you bring 10 on your way over, the CHP can and may cite you, for that. So I want to emphasize that only 9 tires maximum is what you can bring in. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And for a good cause too. We're
we're
put
gonna
these to work.
We're gonna put them to work. We're gonna put them into some really cool things. They're doing. I've even seen some really neat art projects where people have actually cut these tires, old tires, up into like shingles, and they shingle the roof, and they make virtually an indestructible, lifelong, roof. It looks kind of funky with shingles of tires on there, but there's a lot of different applications, and there, like I said, there's art projects. There's different things that people do with these things. The main thing is to keep them out of the environment, because tires are still one of those things that people have, but they don't want to pay to get rid of. So they're driving out in the country, or they pull off and they dump them, and that's a problem. We don't. I mean, Amador County is a beautiful place. We don't want tires, ending up out in the environment. So,
Speaking with Jim McHargue today, tomorrow morning, the tire recycling event,
Airport Road, and as I said, we'll be there from 8 till 3, but want people to get there early, and if they have any questions, today I'll be at the office, 223-6429, and they can just give me a call on any of our recycling programs, because we've got, motor oil, we've got tires, we've got batteries, we've got all these different programs.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Well, it's a good thing to have. And Jim, we thank you for coming in the studio.
Yeah.
We're going to run to an ad break. We'll be right back after these messages.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.